All righty. Well, welcome everybody on this beautiful Monday morning. It's beautiful here in California. I think
Monday
we
morning?
had Monday evening. Yeah, we had, oh gosh, 75, 76-degree weather. Of course, I was inside working, but anyway, it's a beautiful day. So glad to have you all here. You guys have probably noticed there's an abundance of calls out there. I mean, it's like almost daily there's some call going on. So it's exciting though, all the things that the company is putting out there. So I've been busy listening and putting those things into action. But tonight I wanted to welcome Kathy Helwig, our fearless leader, who is just my really good friend that's been there through thick and thin for the last 15 years. And we're so glad to have you as our leader. And you're amazing and we love you. So take it away.
Thank you. All right. Well, we've got a lot of great material for you tonight. You know, with everything going on, we want to keep you guys up to date with what the company's doing, with new techniques for sharing with people and what to say, and also what I want to do is take a look at the playbook, which is basically the system that we use to get the results that we want. And so let me start with a little announcement. I think you guys are going to love it. You probably already heard about it. Immune Shake Booster is back in stock. There is a little caveat. They're limiting one per order. And so, you know, they just don't want to run out of it again. They're working hard to get it really stocked up. One thing I just found out was that customers are now receiving a reminder email when their auto ship is about to process. Yeah, that's good news, isn't it? And as far as the, you know, the situation with COVID-19, corporate says that they have 96% of their employees are now capable of working from home in case Arizona goes on lockdown. That's pretty incredible, isn't it? And there are no reports yet. I'm not even gonna say yet. There are no reports of employees with COVID-19. So that was really great news as well. So let me go right into our playbook, and I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see, I want to just make sure we're muted. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me get, you're all familiar with foreverpack.com, right? And there's a way to log into the back office of ForeverPack. You just use the password ForeverPack, all lowercase, no spaces. And then the password is one team. And is that ONETAME, right? Oh, Lynn says, no, it's just the number one and then team. Okay, so this is what you'll see when you log into that back office. And this is basically our playbook, okay? So these are things that if you haven't done it yet, you want to go through and watch these videos and download these worksheets and just really understand what the process looks like. Then look at the comp plan. There's a Freedom Day video. There's also a worksheet for the Freedom Day. Step 3, the Art of Connecting video. And then the Bring It to the Market video. But one thing that I definitely want you to see is this, the 7 steps flowchart. And oh gosh, now I gotta see if I can. So this is the 7 steps flowchart, and it's taught every Thursday morning. These are amazing trainings. There is no 2 training alike. You really want to be getting on those trainings on Thursday morning. Now that you've got the time to do it, it's on. It's at 7:30 Pacific, I believe. Is that right, Lynn? Yeah. And It's now on the Forever Pack Zoom line. I believe if it's not already posted on the business group, we'll post that. But these 7 steps are really so simple for you to understand. This is the playbook of how to connect with people, what kind of things that you want to say to them. And then, you know, basically what do you do with somebody once you connect with them? I'm not going to go through it because I really want you guys to do that. And I really want you to be on those trainings. They're so amazing because you just get new perspectives around it. So that's part of the playbook. So what I want you to do now is think about what part of the playbook are you not doing? Now, there's no shame or blame or judgment here, because we all have parts of the system that at certain times we're just not doing them. So the key here is having an awareness of what parts of the playbook that you're doing and what parts are you not doing. So let's just talk about that. I'm going to stop sharing. So Carolyn, I'm going to mute you. All right. So one of the parts that several of you have told me is that you struggle with is follow-up, right? Follow-up is so key, but there's things that keep us from doing that. Can anybody share with me, and you'll need to unmute, share with me if that's one part of the system that you struggle with, what do you think is the reason why you do that? Who wants to share? Nero.
Yes. I'm so good evening, everyone. So I'm so used to connecting people eye on eye. So last week I was trying to get my swing through the connecting over other media, other ways. So I have 300 people. However, I lost by doing first, I would say another 10 or so. Kind of, I felt that lot going on in my mind. I realized that I'm feverish because COVID is taking me, my business is taking me, my stocks came down, and lots. So what I did was I took a complete 3 days break. 3 days break complete. I went into a mode of with my spirituality, and my also my priest helped me a little bit, and I got myself back. And then that 3 days I really gave it to myself, and what I confessed came on me. I said, oh, I want to help these people. I want to help these people who are affected. Like I'm not a person who watch television at all, but I want to make some decisions for my current business. I watch news a little bit, but that little thing was really eating into me because I have the personality of helping people. And then I got to know that somebody is sick. So what I confessed that. So I decided I will help. I set up an account for her to help, like GoFundMe thing, and then I close that chapter. I realized I'm going down the drain. So I quickly, I was aware, that was the best part. So I realized that I don't want to confess any of those things. So I quickly, even the 10 people I got, I was not able to connect. So immediately I got myself, now I did my meditation, I went through my things, and I said, I am going to talk to 1,000 people. I'm going to make the 1,000. And I don't know under my tongue the compensation plan really well. I know the compensation plan, but I cannot explain somebody. So what I thought to myself, I know PIB so well. So I'm going to make 1,000 people, and that this 1,000 into 100 is, I told Aimi also to, let's put that into our mind. 1,000 into 100 is 100,000. If I just do it, the rest will fall in line. So, and as a result, this morning I picked the phone. I don't know how I found after this, my 3 days, I found my ways of connecting. It just came and connected, and in another few minutes, I want to close the person, and she said, thank you for calling me. Thank you for giving this to me. So I feel I was going down, then I didn't know how to connect that first part, that because I lost myself. So it happens whenever it happens. So I that's me. That's what happened to me.
Thank you for sharing that, Nero, because you know what you're talking about is intention. You know,
Yes.
you did some self-care, which is great. I think you know, when we realize we need self-care, we need to take that 2 or 3 days to do that. But then you had an intention. You didn't know what it was supposed to look like. You didn't know what kind of results you were going to get. And that's the key for intention. You don't have to know how. It's just that you have that intention. So good job.
Thank
So, okay.
I'm with my force.
Yeah. Kim, I have a feeling you wanted to share.
Oh, why is that, Kathy? I like your
Because you
earrings.
unmuted yourself.
Oh, I like your earrings too, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, John Collins and I have talked a lot about follow-up because I think in our triad, Lynn and also Teresa and Mario, John and I, we're all really people, we're great connectors. And so I think I'm really excited about meeting people, and then I get into deception. And I think it's figuring out a way to hold myself accountable, because I shouldn't have to rely on John or Lynn, you know, what'd you do? So we talk a lot about follow up.
So let me ask you a question. So I know there are times when there's parts of the system that I just don't want to do. And when you say, when I ask myself, well, you know, why aren't you doing this? I'll say to myself, I don't wanna, right?
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
But then you ask the next question, well, why don't you want to? So why would you say that you have that struggle? What? Yeah.
I really hear what Nero is saying too, because I have a full-time job. So what happens is my energy is really high in the morning. And so I might make some great connections on the way into work. And then I get home, and then that darn couch, it's so heavy, you know, my body's so heavy. So I think it's the self-care piece. And this whole COVID thing, being off for 2 weeks, has made me realize that I was really kind of burnt out on my job and tired. And so it's really been refreshing to be at home for 2 weeks. And I went back today. So this is where the rubber meets the road. So after this call, I'm going to get on and make those follow-ups. And it might not be 32 people, but it's that consistency piece. So yeah, I just say I'm too tired, and I think I need to practice better self-care.
Yeah. Great. Thanks, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have a piece of the system that they just seem to not do? And for some people, it's the first step, connecting. So who wants to be vulnerable and share? Remember, there's no judgment.
I'll share.
Awesome.
Sometimes I've struggled with what to say. I'm a perfectionist, so I'm like, I got to say the right thing, because if I don't say the right thing and they say no, then I've wasted, you know, so I'm always looking for that right thing. So I'm very much into script, but, you know, I'm better now than I used to. It's like, just share, you know, if they say no, it's not a big deal. But that has held me up in the past.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say comes up for you when you don't want to share?
It comes up that I don't want to get a no.
So is that fear of rejection?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's such a great awareness to have. Because I mean, what is fear? It's like this invisible thing that happens, and it's usually doesn't have a good foundation for why we even have it, right?
Right.
So I'm just saying thanks, Lynn. I'm saying to all of you, look at the system, look at the playbook, and look at what part of the playbook you're not doing, and ask yourself why you're not doing it. And go deeper, you know, okay, you're not doing it because of fear. well, so what evidence do you have that somebody's going to die if you do it, you know? So that's just kind of my words of wisdom for you tonight is, and gosh, we're in such a time right now where we're needed more than ever before. Never in my 17 years of my Isogenics career have I felt like I was needed more than this, for helping people with their health, for helping people with their finances, and for helping people just have a community. You know, people are shut in. You need a community. So, you know, it's just so imperative that we be that person for them.
Can I say something?
Yeah, Nero.
Yeah, I found another way in to if we are expecting that no, and it's going to come to us, that no. And the second thing is that if they say no, it is not because of me, it's they are projecting their own fears on me, their own, I mean, uncertainty on me, their own anger on me. So just be forgive, just say, I love you inside, at least from inside. I love you. I so deeply care for you. That's why I brought this one for you. So the next person, I mean, you will have energy. It's hard at that moment, but if you know why you invited, actually there's no reason. It's just like when you pour a little coffee into somebody, it won't hurt us if they say no, thank you. You know, that little coffee, more little coffee. So that feeling when you have, and truly I invited this person to truly I want them to go through this journey with me, and I am in the process of helping. So naturally you'll be, and that is the reason I should do it, because I invited them because that I truly cared. So my I'm now bigger because I want to really show them it worked for me. And I told get ready, find the place for 5 people where we can put 500 people in Marine.
Awesome. Yeah. And you know, people now more than ever, people are praying. They're praying for answers. And if you don't let them know about this, somebody else will. You know, that's bottom line. So
can I share a nugget, which happened to me the other day, Kathy?
Yeah.
So I was reaching out to a bunch of realtors. I have a little script that I was doing, reaching out to, I did 30 in one day the other day. And one of the gals I reached out to, I had met her before because I watch kids occasionally. And so I had met her. She was one of the crossing guards on the street one day, and we got to talking. She's into theater, has her own dance studio. And of course, I'm connected to theater. And so she said, hey, let me give you my business card. And she just had so much good energy around. And I had reached out to her probably 6 months ago. And once again, she never responded. So I reached out the other day with my little realtor script. And she said, oh, great. Thanks for reaching out, Lynn. You know, funny though, I just signed up with my mom just signed me up into her network marketing business yesterday. So I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh, no.
So yeah, being persistent and just, you know, keeping at it, plant that seed and don't give up.
Yeah. Awesome. I was just reading some of these comments. Yvonne says, I'm not sure how to coach people and then move forward. Well, the beauty of that is when you start them with the Forever Pack, you don't have to do any coaching with them. And let's see. And you also have your upline. You know, if you struggle with a challenge that somebody's having, you just get one of us on the phone with you, right? Oh, and Ariana says rejection is one reason, and another is who will I talk to next? Running out of prospects. Well, so that's kind of a scarcity mindset, right, Ariana? And because there are millions of people on this planet, right? And there's hundreds of thousands of people in the community that you live in who some of them never have heard of Isogenics. In fact, I had 2 one-on-ones through Zoom in the last week with people who had never heard about it before. and they're both taking a close look at it, and I don't have any doubt that they'll both be enrolled probably this week, because I'm going to follow up with them. So let's see what else. Carolyn says, fear, false evidence appearing real. Carolyn, you have a question?
Yes, we were talking about follow-ups. I have a perfect one that I'm stumped on. Last week I had a great conversation in the park across the street with a woman who's got medical issues and had heard about telomeres, but didn't know that much about them. And so we had a great conversation. She was like, where do I get this? You know, do I order online? How do I do this? I said, you know, let me get your, I said, yeah, we order online. I can walk you through it. And I said, let me get your number, and, you know, we'll talk tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and, you know, we'll do it. And I have this video I want to show you, blah, blah, blah. So she was all, great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get my husband to watch too, because I've been telling him about telomeres, blah, blah, blah. She seemed really excited about it. And so I talked to Amy, and we were all ready for a 3-way call, and I called her and she wasn't there, and I couldn't leave a message because her voicemail was full. I texted her like 3-4 times and have had no response. So I don't know what to do at this point.
So does she know the name of the company? Does she know Isagenix?
I think so.
So she may have Googled Isagenix, gotten the regular isagenix.com website, saw pricing, and got scared.
No, I talked to her. She asked me how much a month's supply would be, and I told her, and she was like, oh, that's not too bad.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I told her the name of the telomere stuff was isogenesis.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, you know, I can't remember if we talked specifically about isogenics or not, but I gave her the price. She's like, oh, that's not too bad. You can pay more for a little, you know, probiotic things you get in the store. I'm like, yeah, you know, you can.
Okay.
So,
Carolyn, I have a suggestion for you.
yeah.
Because that's happened to me before, and then we start building a story around it. Well, why aren't they? You know, did I say something wrong?
I'm trying not to do that.
Yeah. So anyway, and who knows what her story is? Maybe she came down with a virus. Maybe she came down with a cold, and you know, so there's so many variables of things that can happen. So I just say keep planting the seed with her. You know, send her a little nugget, maybe a video or something. Just, you know, maybe once a week or, you know, 3-4 days or something, just to kind of keep on top of it. And she'll probably more than likely reach out to you again.
Okay.
Usually what happens.
Yeah, and sometimes, like what Lynn was saying, that something came up, and sometimes I just say, hey, you know, I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? And then that way, like, they see that I'm worried, they better respond, yes, I'm okay. Otherwise, I'll worry, you know, some more. So that's another way to kind of like just connect on a personal level, and then just see how they are.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what I've done in the past as well.
I was just so surprised when she wasn't there, you know, for the call, and then didn't respond at all. I'm like, oh, I thought we had this great conversation. Like, where did it get derailed, you know?
Well, keep in mind her voicemail is full.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not even hearing it, right?
Oh, right. No, I can't even leave a message.
Right. So, well.
No,
You can
just,
text her, though. You can text.
Right. Yeah,
Yes,
I can text. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I want to go on to the next thing because I don't want to leave it out because it's been so effective for a couple of people. Lynn and Ariana, I believe you were both practicing something that you learned in the past week. Lynn, you mentioned that you were texting real estate brokers. You want to share a little bit about that training where you learned that? You're muted.
Yeah, it was a great training. I listened to him and I put it on the business page. So if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. but he's just had some great verbiage to use, along with this, the virus and what's going on right now, things that we can do and say that is going to open up the door for people. I'm finding that if I just keep it super simple, hey, do you have time to talk today? I want to share something with you. And I'm getting more response by doing that than, doing a long or semi-long message to them. So he had some definite verbiage to do, or to say. Let's see. Number one is, you want to put in how, do I know you? You want to let them know. Let's see, how is that worded? Oh, you want to say, you want to comment that you know them, right? Or that you don't know them. What do I want? You want to put that in the conversation. Why did I specifically reach out to them? Instead of kind of ghosting them and don't tell them, why. You definitely want to do that. And you want to address the elephant in the room, which of course is the current crisis, right? So just something so simple along that lines. And let me share you, the little verbiage that I did. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here's the one I did. I said, hi, so-and-so. I know we don't know each other. So you're putting that right out there, right out the gate, right? However, I found your business card and I see that you're a realtor. With everything that's going on right now, so you're addressing the current situation, I'm very busy and productive in my home-based business, helping people and creating an extra stream of income, right? So they're like, oh, wow, she's busy, working from home. And then the line would be, I'm curious, would you be open to taking a look at what we're doing in our community? So again, it's like this realtor is out there helping the community, right? So I'm kind of addressing that, how we can support our community. If not, no big deal. You're putting it out there. It's okay if you say no, because a lot of people never respond, I think, because they don't want to tell us no, especially friends, right? So then it's just having a amazing day, with gratitude wins. So, a little verbiage, but those 4 key nuggets, to insert into how you're reaching out to people is great. I love his little verbiage. Did you have something to add, Ariana?
Well, I listened to it again today, and the one thing that he said right in the beginning is, there's financial fragility right now. And so that's like a really wonderful way of holding the space for people. And he said out of 100% of people who we're all feeling this, right? More or less. 20% of these people who are having some kind of change in the income that they're receiving, they're generally high producers in whatever they do anyway. The other 80% kind of is like waiting for a handout. So you only have to be worried about 20% of the people that you're going to be reaching out, basically kind of coming back to you in one form or another. So don't expect 100% response. Like, don't be going, oh, I did this and it didn't work. If you have at least 20% of the people that you reach out to kind of come back and just get into a dialogue with you, that's really good. That's like rich. And I was just thinking again about Niru when you were saying, did you use the number 1,000 people? Wow. Okay. So thinking about reaching out to 1,000 people, and we're talking here 3 different areas. There's the cold market, which Lynn was speaking about. I found the cards from a realtor, right? There's also your warm market, right? The people you already are connected to. And then there's that final follow-up market of people who said to you, no, right? So the beauty of this training with Ray Higdon, it was super simple. There's like a part A, a part B, and a part C, depending on where you are reaching out. And I'm going to do it tomorrow. I have a stack of realtors when we were selling Jay's parents' house. I'm just going to go through all of them and just reach out and let them know I'm here and I know you're there and you're experiencing something. Maybe there might be a connection. And if out of those 200 people, I get 2 responses, that's probably good right now, because a lot of people's minds probably are scattered. That's another thing, Carolyn. Don't worry, this woman, if she has, she's not even clearing her voicemail, must be up to some stuff happening, right? So listen to that recording, guys. It's super short and effective, but it's brilliant the way it's done, and it's authentic from the beginning to the end, and you won't feel weird about it.
And it's posted on the business group. So if you guys aren't visiting the business group every single day, because we post new stuff every single day, and it's gold. I mean, we wouldn't be posting if we didn't think it was really valuable for you to be listening or watching it. And so, and when you do see it and listen to it, put a like under the post, just so we know that you are paying attention. Okay. So, so one, oh, do we have any, I know we have things to celebrate regarding the Crystal Manager and the Crystal Reset. Some people didn't make it, but progress was made. Okay. And I just want to recognize that you guys who were really going for it, you made progress. And that's the key here. As long as you're moving forward, not letting things stop you, unless you need that self-care time, you want to just keep going. This is not the time to stop. Not at all. We are the hope for the world. So the next deadline is Crystal Director, and we all can reach this, and it's May 17th. So let's go for it. And you know, I just want you guys to know there is power in high vibration. And if this planet needs something, there's nothing more important than us keeping a high vibration, and as many people in this world to keep a high vibration, emotionally, energetically, because that is what's going to save this world. Okay. You guys have a blessed week. I love you guys. Reach out if you need anything.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Take care,
you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.